the recording. And then Sagit, I am happy to turn it over to you. We are very happy to have Sagit here from the Bay Area Discovery Museum to lead us in an exciting lesson and professional development around river otters. And what are we gonna do? I'm gonna turn it over to you, Sagit.
Thank you. So welcome everybody, and thank you for this opportunity. I will start with a short introduction of myself, and then we will do a kind of like a mindfulness exercise into the Zoom habitat to get us anchored here, and then we will, and then I'll share the presentation, and we'll go from there. So my name is Sagit Betser. I'm from the Bay Area Discovery Museum. I'm head of the school and community programs. So this is everything that the museum is doing with school and after school, either going to schools or when schools come to the museum, and today in the virtual world. My background is mechanical engineering and chemistry. I worked for a career in the industry, and then I changed my career and did a credential to become a teacher, a science teacher from kindergarten to 8th grade. And then I've also started a PhD program in UC Davis, researching the maker movement and looking at identity through making and science. And last year, a year now, I joined the museum, and here I am now. So this is just a short background. And what I would like, as I said, I thought it would be nice. We're going to talk about inquiry and habitat and change in habitat. So I thought of what exercise we can do to kind of like move from the physical world we are at just to, or we are part of it, but to the anchoring us into this PD habitat, Zoom habitat. And we're going to do this listen, look, and touch, engaging, kind of like tuning all of our senses to shift our attention to this habitat. So I will kind of lead us through some different stuff. And also we can think of what are the bounds of this space and what can we actually get and how we can push the bounds of this habitat. So we'll start by, I'll ask all of you, I know that we just put our names and oh, yeah, it's fine. All our names are on the Zoom boxes, but I will ask you if you can think of how do you feel right now and go and change your name to the feeling that you feel, one word of how you feel. And if you know how to change your name, it's the 3 dots at the top of the box. It says rename, and please rename yourself to a feeling that you're feeling today. And now, once you did this, I'll ask you to actually stop your video so we'll not see ourselves. Okay. And we will now use our listening sense. And what I want you to do, if your microphone is not on, I ask you to open it up so we can together listen for 20 seconds just to the sounds of everybody's space, the collective space. And we will just listen to what's present. If you can just unmute yourselves, if you can, of course, if you cannot, it's fine. Just take 20 seconds to just listen to the sounds. Okay, so now if everyone can start their videos and mute back. Sorry, you see, I muted myself, sorry. So, what I said is that we're now going to use our sense of looking, but looking in a different way. And it's kind of like a little bit tricky with a laptop, but if you can direct your camera to somewhere else than it looking now, and or just bring to the camera something, but we'll just create a different collage here. Oh, what a beautiful collage it is for, I know it's tricky to see. I hope everyone see it. Okay, we'll go back to our, and the last sense that we're gonna use is the sense of touch. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna just feel our boxes and stretch ourselves and see if we can, how much we can stretch and still stay inside our box. But let's feel, is it permeable? How do our box feels like? Can we punch it? And maybe we can stretch. Okay, I see interesting moves. This box maybe feel a little bit different now. Can we high five? Okay, great. So I hope this anchored us a little bit to our new habitat. And the last thing we do before we move to our presentation is still relate to our new habitat, but it also will get to know each other. So we will get you into breakout rooms of 2 in each breakout room. And then, oh yeah, if you can put your names back, but you can continue with your, if you want to continue with your feeling, you can. It's up to you. Just don't forget for the next meeting. So we'll split into groups of two people. And what you're gonna do is we'll give you 2 minutes each. One person shares what do they want to have in their Zoom box in order to feel more relaxed and energized, whatever you want to summon into your box. And the other person who listens is gonna actually draw, and I hope you have something to draw with, but you're gonna create a drawing of a box, and I'm not good in drawing, but it's a box, and inside you're gonna draw for the other person what they talked about. So what their Zoom box will have inside, like I would like a margarita in my Zoom box, or what will make me feel relaxed, what do I want, and the other person will draw it for you and show you what they drew. And then we'll switch, so you have 2 minutes and another 2 minutes, and after 4 minutes we will all meet with our drawings of the Zoom. Is that, if you have any questions, make sense? Okay. Teresa, are you the one who's?
Are you ready for them to go?
Yeah.
Everybody have what they're going to do? Great. All right, I will put you out in your breakout rooms and bring you back in 4 minutes. Go.
Okay.
I think everybody is in a room except for you and for me, so that's good.
So it went well.
It did. Everybody had changed their names, and then I was in the process of putting, and then I was like, oh, which one is Sagit if she didn't want to go in the room? But I figured it out.
Yeah, I tricked you, huh?
So that's good.
Yeah. I feel like that we all look for some stuff to do with our students that is not just the regular stuff.
Yeah, no, it's good. These are, and I think these model good things for teachers to do with their students. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good for them to have.
Yeah. We'll see.
So when they come back,
Back.
I can go through the Zoom room. And so how many would you like in the second round of Zoom rooms?
How many we have?
We have 4 rooms of 2 right now.
Okay, so I think we can have just two rooms with 4 people each.
Okay. And then by grade level somewhat, if I can make that up.
I feel like it's not that matters now that there's just 2. If like you can do random, like are there very differences there in grade levels?
Let's see, they put it in here, the chat. I've got first kindergarten, a science specialist, 4th and 3rd, and then 2 people who haven't told me.
So maybe the 3rd and 4th, yeah, better to be together, but.
Okay, so the upper and then the K and 1s together.
Yeah, but it's not like super important.
Okay.
Because it's more about their questions, so they experience something. So.
And I can, when they come back, I can message the ones that I don't have a grade for and ask them their grade.
Yeah.
So I can put them back into another room. So they have had 2 minutes. So I will send them a.
Yeah, they have to switch now.
Message. And so they'll get that message. And then I will give them a minute or 2. And then with the breakout room, when I broadcast them, when I do the close all rooms, it gives them like 60 seconds to come back. So I'll give them that little, it'll take a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds to get everybody back. Yeah. That's the one thing about the Zoom, you get cut off like mid-sentence. Sometimes you're watching the countdown and you have it, and then sometimes it just goes. So.
Yeah, I always feel with this like in Star Trek, like beam me up.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden you're
back. So I'm giving them that, and I'm going to.
Yeah, I think we will have time for the 3rd breakout room actually.
Okay, and then for that one, what will you want? The same groups or different groups again?
Same.
The same one from the second to the 3rd, same group? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so I've given them the 60 seconds and they will be coming back. And then I will close these breakout rooms and I will create just 2. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then you want to be able to go back and forth.
Yes.
Okay. And you can message me anytime and I can move you if you can't move yourself. They are coming back.
Hi. I just not remembering your name, but you're successful. You feel successful, which I really appreciate.
I put successful because I handled my first virtual field trip today.
So, oh, wow.
Where did you go?
We had a visit from the history museum, the local history museum. So they came.
Nice.
Artifacts.
Nice. And nice. What grade do you teach?
I teach 4th grade.
4th, okay.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Everyone's back? I think, yes. So you want to share, everyone, the drawings of, let's view the Zoom boxes. Okay, what do we see here? I'm sorry, I didn't make one, but let's notice what people need, what people want in there. We see clocks and I see a light bulb. And Laura, what is on your, is it seats with drinks or?
Which Laura?
Oh, sorry. Both of you have seats. Wow, this is Valenzuela.
Oh, it's a pillow. She wanted some back support.
Oh, who is your,
The other Laura.
oh, okay. So both of you want, what Laura Young, what the other Laura wanted?
A sofa, so better, and we've got a margarita and pizza there too.
Okay, cool. What about Joshua? I can't, what is written there?
It's my terrible handwriting, so that's the real problem. It's a clone that says I'm amazing. So she wants more help.
Great.
Who
Amazing help. Who did the clone?
Alicia did.
Okay, Alicia. And I'm curious, what is Danielle? What is on yours?
You know, just some great art right there. Rose wanted some better internet connection, so I put internet box there and then connecting to all her students. But I don't know if that really came through.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I can feel it. And Natalie, I see a rainbow.
Yeah, this was for Becca, and she wanted sunshine and rainbows and nice fruity drink. Be relaxed.
Nice. Okay. Who haven't shared? Rebecca. I see.
Well, Natalie wanted her dog, her comfy chair, a pina colada, a little bit of sunshine, and some beach. So I attempted.
I need them all. Okay. Anyone else? I think, Alicia, did you share what you're drawing? Oh, what is the time? I'm curious.
So Joshua wanted more time, just in general, more time. It's supposed to show more clocks of time.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I think we all need everyone, like everything there. Yeah. It's like a good sofa, some drinks, time, and great. Okay. So thank you everyone for participating in this exercise. And I will now share my screen, which means I hope I will be able to see everyone while also sharing, but it's remain to be seen. And everyone see the screen?
Yes.
Great. So as I said, I'm from the Bay Area Discovery Museum. This is what we see from our office when everything is clear and there's no smoke or fog. The museum is open these days, so it's fun to see people come and enjoy outside. So yeah, and I'm happy to be here and to work with you. So what we will explore today is we'll go talk a bit about inquiry-based learning, and then I will introduce the inquiry phenomena, which is the return of the river otters. We'll talk about the river otters as a phenomenon for the lessons or curriculum that talks about the health of our watershed or habitat, but I think there is much more. And what we love about this anchoring phenomenon is that you'll be able and you'll think to tie it to a lot of things that you teach even outside the NGSS, because this is a story of change, of loss, but also of restoration and hope. And it's a story about a community, but it's also a story about individual agency. And then we want to also talk about, like I said, ways to integrate it into the curriculum. So inquiry-based learning. I wonder if you can share. We're a small group, so we can give 2 or 3 people to share, or other want to share in the chat. What is inquiry-based learning for you? Are you using it often? Or there's like, how do you think about it? And you can just unmute yourself and say something, and we'll give 2 or 3 people the chance, and then we'll continue to share.
I personally don't have a lot of real personal experience with inquiry-based learning, but I'm very curious to learn more. So it's one of the reasons for attending today.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
I was going to say, I think of it as the students driving the questions. So you're putting up some kind of image and asking them, you know, what do you notice? What do you think about this?
Yeah, great. We'll do it today. Thank you. Anyone else wants to? There's also a lot of tensions and worries and also relating to the virtual world with it. But if someone wants to share something about this, or. Okay. You can also share on the chat, of course, and we will read it. But I will, yeah. So as Alicia said, inquiry is question driven. And when we say it, we mean that the learning is in the service of answering a driving question. The question that you have is driving all your learning. And the idea behind it is that it positions students as sense maker and producers of knowledge. So we want kids to not only consume knowledge, but be producers. Like when we talk even about data collection, are we collecting data or are producing data? Because once we decide what we want to collect, we are the producer of this data. So this is a shift in the way we want to see kids and to give kids the opportunity. The motivation behind it is to increase curiosity and attention and a sense of purpose. When you are learning through a driving question, the goal is that you are building a network of related ideas, and it's not just like learning about this and this and this, like different things that are not, it's hard for you to understand the connection between them. But as teachers, we always, through this, should provide strategies to solve these complex problems usually, or like they're always rich problems in order for them to be able to drive more than just one class. As we said, today we were gonna use the phenomenon of the river otters and their return to the Bay Area as a phenomena to talk about the health of our watershed habitat. Again, I use this because it depends on like grade level. How do we want to talk about this thing? So first, I think I wanted to ask you to jot like 1 or 3 things for yourself and then share on the chat. What do you know about river otters? One thing that you are. And Teresa? Is Teresa here? I don't know.
Yes?
I just don't see the chat, so I would appreciate if you can read the chat for some reason.
Yes, sorry.
No, sure, thank you.
So your question is, put down a few things you know about river otters and share one of them in the chat. What do you know about river otters? They're cute. They're native to the American West. They are strong swimmers. They stay in family groups, someone thinks. They are perhaps in the weasel family. And they eat fish.
Okay. So yeah, collectively we know a lot of things already about river otters, and hopefully.
Sorry, there's one where they keep
Okay.
track of each other through the family scat in a particular area.
Oh, wow. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So, so what we will do is I will present the phenomenon through several pictures and a video, and these pictures will be pictures of photos of a map and a video. So it's kind of like not the usual way of showing just one picture of a phenomena or one video, it's several things. So throughout these, I will ask you to write to yourselves, and then we will break out to rooms to share what we notice, what we think, and what we wonder. So for example, on this picture, I just wrote, I notice 4 otters. I think they are playing. I wonder if they are a family. So I'll give us, So I'll give us time for each of the things that I'm going to share for you to write the things that you notice and wonder about. Okay. So for a long time, river otters lived all around California and the Bay Area. And during the 1900s, they have disappeared from vast areas in California and in the Bay. And research scientists and community scientists, people who are interested in nature, start, seeing that there's less and less river otters, and since state agencies keep track of animals and plants and where they are spotted, in 1995, the Department of Fish and Game published a map that show in the pink area where there are otters, where they think otters are at that moment in 1995. So let's look a little bit at the map. And again, so these pink areas are the ones that the river otters are spotted. They were spotted at, and the scientists thought that they're still there. So in the past 8 years, actually, so since 2012, people started reporting that they see river otters in the area that is circled. Anyone recognize this area? Yes. And even more, you see it in this map, they started marking where exactly they spot them. So I don't know if you let's see, when I would like to see if people can use the annotate, and my screen, it's up where it says the share screen, and then you have participant, and then you have also annotate. So when you click on, everyone has annotate in their menu of options on their screen. So if you click on it, you can take, a color, a pen, and if you can use it to mark where you are now at on this map, if you are on a map, like if you're in somewhere that is far away, but maybe mark ourselves to see where we are. And like now I'm gonna mark myself here. Okay, I see purple in Oakland. See something on the marina pops up. Okay, in San Pablo. Oh, someone near the spotted. Great. So anyone want to share what, for this specific map, what do you notice and what do you wonder about? And you can just unmute yourself and say.
I'm wondering kind of about the ones that are more inland, like up behind Berkeley and Richmond. Looks like more like it's up in the hills geographically. Like, so I'm wondering if there's some rivers or creeks or something in there that might exist.
Yeah. Anyone else wants to share what they notice?
I noticed that a lot of the clusters are along the coast, maybe where there's outlets where waterways are meeting the ocean. And if maybe they're depending more on food sources there, or maybe there's cleaner water down there. I don't know why that would be, but usually it's the opposite. Cleaner water's higher up the watershed. But.
Yeah. So I also noticed that we put marks in areas that seems like there are spotted otters there. Maybe we can spot them. Well, if we haven't, maybe some people here spotted already. So this is also, this map is part of, and I put here the link, and later we will share with you all the slides. So this link is to this program called Otter Spotter, and anyone can be an otter spotter. And if you are spotting an otter, you click on the map and you put your name and where did you spot it, and then it will be like a light blue spot. And when the scientists in the River Otter Ecology Program go and spot the same place that you said, then they turn it into a yellow. Okay, so we will move to the next slide. And this one is, oh wait, I need to also erase our annotations. Okay, so here we will watch a video of river otters that were taken by scientists. And again, what we want from you is to write yourself, what do you notice, what do you wonder when you watch this video? Okay. Oops. Yes. So, very curious creatures. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go into breakout rooms. And in this breakout rooms, we will put now in the chat a link to Jamboard. And in this breakout rooms, you will populate together all the questions and wonderings that you had. And once everyone populate, we'll give you 5 minutes for this. We ask you to make connection between questions that you feel and you think that are related to each other. And, it's up to you because there are many ways to make questions related to each other. And then say, what's the overarching question for this group of questions? And then we ask you to choose one of these smaller overarching questions to bring back to the group and share. And since we are 8, we will split into 2 groups of 4. I will just go over how this Jamboard looks like. So in the chat, you will have a link, and the link will take you to this page. And so group will go to room number 1, will stay on the first page, and the group that is going to group number 2 will slide here on the top where you see 1 out of 4, and will go to Jamboard number 2. And in the Jamboard, the features that you have here, it's on the left. You can make sticky notes and write questions on them. So each of you can choose a color. You can have a text, the text that you can write maybe the overarching question above them. You can have a pen if you want to circle the group of questions that you have together. And on each board, we wrote, again, what are the objectives, and just a nice setting. But so these are like questions from all the things that you saw, the maps and the video. What are you curious about? Yeah, what are the things that you got curious about and you're wondering about and you want to investigate more? Is this clear, or you can? Everyone thumbs up. Maybe I don't see everyone, but or if you need more explanation. Okay, so I guess we have enough thumbs up to support each other.
Does everyone have the link? I put it in the chat. If you need the link again, let me know. There's the link. All right, are you ready for me to send them to breakout rooms? You're in 2 breakout rooms, generally grouped, but those who teach the younger grades and those who teach the upper grades. A few of you teach kind of grade span, so you're in together. And I believe Sagit will jump back and forth between the 2 rooms. And I'll give you, it looks like you have about 12 or 13 minutes for this task. So I'll give you a reminder with about 5 minutes in, and then when there's about 2 minutes left.
Okay.
All right. Shall I send them, Sagit?
Yeah.
All right. There you go. And do you want to get put in a room for right now?
Wait, I'm just gonna erase this thing.
And then I can pull you back out or message you.
Yeah, so you're gonna, if you can.
You want to go to the younger, or?
I'm always over ambitious with what I think I can do, but I always because I know it, I make sure that it can always make meaningful even if it stops.
Yeah.
Okay, hi everyone. I hope you had fruitful discussions, and we're curious to hear what do you want to share with us. We are, it's only 2 groups, so if you want to share the question, but a little bit more about what other questions were there and what did please feel free. So 1 representative maybe from each team. Hey, Natalie.
All right, well, we came up with some of the questions we were interested in, like, where are they, referring to the video of the trail cam, what kind of a marsh is there? How long ago were the last river otters seen in the Bay Area? Have they been seen on that particular trail cam before? So we had a lot of geographical questions, and then, more of a behavioral question, what drew the otters out of the water? And then we decided that we would say, what determines a good river otter habitat as our final question, because we had noticed in the map before that they do seem to be kind of all over the place. So are they very flexible, or is there just enough good habitat around? What determines a good river otter habitat?
Great questions. Very interesting to explore. Thank you. Who wants to share from the other group?
Ours was similar. We had a lot of questions about the camera, the location and time of the camera, and a lot of questions about the bay versus the rivers. And so as our overarching question, we came up with, because the difference on the two maps that we saw, why did the otters move to the Bay Area, basically.
Yeah, great. So Teresa shared my slides with you on in the chat, so you can have them with. In the slide there is a link also to the River Otters ecology project where this video comes from. I believe this video was in Point Reyes with the cameras that they put there, but there are cameras everywhere, and there are a lot of videos, interesting, cool videos to share with your students there. But I'm going to continue to share my slides and to give you another. Okay, I want to give another take on something that we're doing with this. Okay, so in the museum, we use this phenomenon also in one of our programs and our virtual programs now. And I wanted to share with you how we are taking it to incorporate with the engineering design and GSS standards. So kids have questions, and I will share three design ideas that came out in our sessions that you may want to pursue, or it will inspire you with other ones. So I just wanted also to share, this is how we talk with kids about the engineering design process. We talk about think, make, and try. The think, make, try. The think, make, and then try. And then we talk about that it's iterative project. You think about a problem, you make a prototype, and you try and retry. And we always say that some people like to think by talking, some by drawing, some by going right away and playing with materials. So think doesn't always mean just to sit there and think with your head. This is how so it depends on what you like to do. And then this is how we link these, and it's in your slides, to the NGSS standards for each of these parts. And I wanted to share 3 design projects that came out of that I believe relate to some of the things that people talked about here and your questions. So on the right side, you see a question that came out with kids who were curious about the camera, like you and like when I saw this video first, and then we talked about, well, so it looked like the otters noticed the camera and banging on it. And then we talked about how scientists tried different ways to investigate without being interfering. And maybe this camera did interfere because they noticed it, and maybe you don't know what camera is, but it definitely was there. So the design was, let's design a device that we can spot an otter, but we can spot also other animals that we are interested in our backyard without them noticing and without changing the environment. And then kids and design. Another project that kids really want to feel what it means to be an otter. And like in the chat, people said about they swim well. Yeah, they have this long tail that helps them swim, and the web legs. So kids were really trying to create something for them to be able to be and feel like an otter. Like, how do I put a whisker so I can sense stuff? And the one on the left is a story that we developed through this conversation about the river otters not getting gone and then coming back, which scientists talk about, that the pollution in the water because of the industry and and building, a lot of debris and plastics were in the water, and the river water is left. And now with restoration, you can really see spotted also in areas of restoration coming back. And this is a story about Olympia. The otter want to go back to the creek that her ancestors were, and getting in touch, like getting stuck in plastic, and the kids design a device that will clean the plastic from bays and creeks. So these are examples, and if we had time, and I wished that we can also come up with additional ideas on how to take it, but I hope that it's kind of like inspires some other thoughts. I also wanted to share with you that when we work with kids, we do like a material scavenger hunt, so kids can go and kind of like find in the house whatever they have that can connect, and it can be a shoelace that connect. It doesn't have to be these things that in the picture, something strong. And then once they bring some stuff, then they have their own box to create the designs. And this can be something that throughout the year they collect each time and show and tell. Oh, today I found, and what's the properties of this material and this, and they have it in the box. And we always tell them there are some things you cannot keep in the box, but you're resourceful. Now you know it's in the kitchen, and when you need it, you can take, but it doesn't have always to be in your box. I just wanted to show you additional resources. So some people, you ask questions that some answers are on these slides about what do they need, salt or fresh water, what do they feed on, and then some more links, so you'll have it in the slides. We have the otter chant. For the young kids, we say, I am a river otter. I like to swim in water. So you can chant it with the kids, and all about the parts of the otter: whiskers to feel, teeth to chew. So this is, and then some kids are interested in, and some people also talked about where the otters. So actually there are 13 kinds around the world, and it's very interesting to compare them, how, and if you want to talk about diversity and what makes, for older ages also about evolution. So how these different kinds, they look the same, but not the same. So these are also, another thing is to use a map to look, are there streams closest to me? We want kids to go outside and inspire them. They don't need to look for others. They can inspire them to look for other stuff. But if they want any place where there's water, there can be an otter if there's enough water, of course. So it's also interesting to see that in the map, it can be blue, but you can go outside and check if it's near you, if it actually has water there. So talking about what makes the water clean enough or not, this is another thing. So I see the time, it's 5:01. So I want to say thank you for everyone who came and gave from the hour. I hope it was beneficial. I would love to hear feedback. If you want to stay and talk, you're welcome, but I know it's tricky this time of, so I just want to say thank you, everyone.
And thank you so much, Sagit. This was awesome. I really learned a lot, and I hope that teachers here did too. And we can remain on if anyone has questions for a couple of minutes, and then you will get an email that also has the links to the slide and the recording. So share it out with your colleagues, your friends, anyone else that you think might be interested. And there's going to be another, as you know, this is part of our whole fall workshop series, and there's actually another session that's going to also talk about river otters, and Sagit is a colleague of the other person presenting that workshop, and so they fit very nicely together. So be sure to check that one out if you're interested. And if anyone was interested in earning the academic credit, the CEU, contact us and we can explain how to go about that as well. So thank you very much, and thank you, Sagit. And
sure, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.